Ryan Clark is calling out Andrew Schulz. Check it out.
The first thing is, when you think about the two podcasters from the UK, is we don't know if the Black experience there is the same as the Black experience for African Americans or Black people that grew up in America. I'm sure to be on this media tour in the US and to sit with Andrew Schulz was a big thing for them. I don't care if it was a big thing. And in addressing Andrew Schulz, who I do think is funny, who sits with Charlemagne and has some of these discussions about the culture, I believe he got too comfortable. So I would like to explain some things to him. I want to explain to him the Black experience, the Black woman experience from my point of view. It was watching my mother start from a bank teller and work her way up for decades to run her own collateral department, only to be mistreated when the bank was sold to another bank, and be so sick on Sunday that I finally had to say, hey, Mom, you're old enough to retire. It was to see her go to that same job, 8 to 5, to be treated anyway that she had to be treated because she only had a high school diploma, and then find ways to not only feed me, but do homework with me and my brother, take us to practice because my dad worked 3 jobs. That was the first Black woman experience that I had. Right. The second Black woman experience I had is marrying a Black woman and watching her sleep on my cot as doctors try to figure out why I'm 140 pounds and I'm a 30-year-old man who was 205 pounds a month before that. Her telling me months after that she would just go in the bathroom and cry every night in the hospital because she didn't want me to worry about her because I was so sick. Right? For her to hold my family together so I could be in the household with my children when I was doing things and I wasn't. That's the Black woman experience. The Black woman experience is,
He's cooking. He's talking about some deep stuff right here. Andrew Schulz, he's been getting away with talking about Black people and Black people business for a very long time now. And I agree with Ryan Clark 100%.
Black women caring so much about the nuclear Black family, Black women taking care of young Black men to teach them how to be leaders, to teach them how to be strong, to teach them how to care about their God, about their family, and it's about their communities. And to raise their young Black women to be independent enough to take care of themselves, but to understand how to support a family, how to support a man, while also understanding how to get it on your own. That's the Black woman experience that I know. The reason that Black women are tough is because when you're mistreated in the way that Black women are, if you're not tough, you just die off, you don't survive. That's the Black woman experience. And the other piece of it is something that I've learned, and I learned it from Black women, is people feel so comfortable disrespecting them because we don't respect them publicly, right? White people for so long have used the excuse, why can't I say the N-word when you say that to yourselves or call yourself that or use that in your music, which is right? Or white people have said, if you're using the B word, or they say, if you're using the B word, why can't I call them that? That's as well, right? That's excuses to be certain things and be disrespectful when you shouldn't be. So when you're sitting across from Andrew Schulz and he's talking about an experience that he can't understand because his wife is not Black, you don't have the right to talk about that. You don't have the right to speak on something that you don't know, right? And to make a joke about what the experience is one thing if you're talking about haircuts and you're talking about clothing and you're talking about beards, or you're comparing what our friend Travis Kelce looked like when he was with Kayla Nicole to what he looks like now that he's with Taylor Swift, right? That is part of it. You start to assimilate to the people around you. What you're not going to do, though, is be disrespectful and say you have to develop a defense mechanism because of alleged violence. Black women aren't violent. Black women don't just walk around to beat people or to be angry or to be treated a certain way. No, Black women, to me, were the entire front line of the Alton Sterling protests when he died, when he was by cops in Louisiana. Black women are on the front lines of everything that's about us. Black women understood that they had to take a back seat because as we were fighting for rights in our country, that we as men were going to be able to get through the door before they were. So they decided to push us forward and give us ideas and give us help and give us support and be our biggest cheerleaders because they knew we'll have an opportunity to get in the door first. The problem is so many times now we're getting in those doors and we aren't reaching back and bringing them through that same door with us. And this is just another example of that. So whoever is Andrew Schultz's black friend, Charlemagne, you're his black friend, sit him down, talk to him, tell him what the black woman experience truly is, because he ain't married to one and he's obviously never been around enough of them to know how strong, how beautiful, how independent they could be while also being supportive, how much black women have done to create this entire world that we all live in and the way that they've poured in it. I'd rather be upset, but I know if I'm upset and I'm loud, that just plays into the same angry black woman trope to the black man trope that he wants us to depict. And I refuse to give him that joy.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. And the clip on the show, y'all, that was Ryan Clark, and he decided to send a stern message to Andrew Schulz, rightfully so, because he said that Andrew is feeling too comfortable saying the things that he's been saying around black people. And I actually agree, and I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. Andrew Schulz, he was a nobody. Then he decided to attach himself to a brother, and that is Charlemagne the God. So when he did that, he formed a podcast with Charlemagne, and that's how he was able to get a lot of clout. And he's actually smart, because that is what most people are doing. They go to the black culture, and then when they reach a certain level, that's when they go to the other side again, back to their own side. So we've seen this with, for example, Post Malone the rapper, Kid Rock. They do rap music, then all of a sudden they start doing country music. And the plan that Andrew Schulz came up with to attach himself to a brother, he definitely succeeded. After that, when he felt that he reached a certain level in his career, that's when he decided to not go to back to his own side, but that's when he decided to go to Joe Rogan. And he's been called out by, for example, Dave Chappelle. I've called out Andrew Schulz, and he said that Andrew Schulz is basically a talentless fake comedian with a Netflix special. And when Andrew Schulz, when he heard this, he crashed out, and he decided to go on to X, formerly known as Twitter, and respond to Dave Chappelle. But people in the comedy industry, they know that Andrew Schulz, he has basically, I'm going to be honest, he has zero talents when it comes to comedy. And that's why he's been called out by Ryan Clark, Steam Thug, who else? I mean, so many people. Ice Cube's son, a lot of people are calling out Andrew Schulz, rightfully so, because of this. So let me know what y'all think about this. Make sure to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next videos.